Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the SH Figuarts My Hero Academia DEKU. And this is a viewer request. A lot of you have asked me to review this, so I got it. I haven't watched the anime yet, and a lot of people keep telling me, just watch more anime. It's like, I have stuff to do. Not everybody can just sit around watching all the new anime when they come out. It's on my list. I'll get around to it. I have like 800 episodes of One Piece to catch up on first. Anyway, this figure is freaking cool in a lot of ways. Not perfect, but there's a lot of really good stuff going on here, so we're going to review him, and I think you guys are going to like him. But let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. Now, before we talk about the figure, I do want to talk about my package. It's a really nice package. I like it a lot. It's very colorful, has the figure front and center here, and here more than less. I still think they should switch this, but nobody asked me, so oh well. Good side, lots of portraits. Some nice photography here. We don't see that all the time. The Dragon Ball ones are kind of lacking on the back. This looks really nice. All the way around, this is a good package. I like every part of it, even the bottom. This is a very nice package. Very, very good. I do wish it wasn't green in the back, because he's green and he kind of blends in. All right. I don't keep my figures in the box, so it doesn't matter to me, but it does matter to some of you. Okay, this guy stands roughly, let's call it 5 5/8, not counting some hair flips. That's going to make him about 14 centimeters. Here he is up against Darwin. So you could probably fudge him in with a 1/12 scale collection. Now, before we get into the meat and taters, I do want to do a little bit of quick housekeeping. I've changed my lighting setup to hopefully make my videos a little bit nicer looking. Let me know how it looks to you. Brightness, darkness, color, everything. Let me know what you think. Everybody's display or device or whatever is different, so I'm curious what the general consensus is. Let me know. And also, I'm going to be doing live streams starting this coming Monday. We're going to do twice a month. It's going to be me and my buddy talking about action figures, whether it's like talking about Toy Fair or talking about articulation and engineering and different plastics and things like that. He is very knowledgeable about things like that. So it should be good talks. If you like the way I talk about things in my reviews, we'll have a lot of that kind of information going forward, but all different topics as well. So that'll be Mondays at 8, but it'll be every other Monday. All right, this guy is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. If you want to get one, I'll put a link in the description below. Let's get into the aesthetic. It is gorgeous. Slightly plasticky though. If you look at his torso, the green part is very plasticky. The hard plastic parts, pretty plasticky. The softer parts, the PVC, more of a satin finish, but he's still pretty darn good looking. We have a lot of different colors and some paint, which is super clean. That orange stripe is very nice on the torso. Maybe it needs one more coat on the shoulder. Hard to say, but yeah, it's pretty good looking. The details are good. Lots of line work. It's not absolutely perfect, but it is clean. It's a nice looking figure for sure. And then they did the shading in the hair very well. I like it. It's a good one. I don't really have any complaints. Other than that plasticiness, everything else is pretty darn good, especially once you get imposed. This area right here, the butterfly, is kind of goofy looking, but once you pose them, you're not going to notice it. So yeah, this thing's really, really nice. I'll go 9 out of 10. Don't like how plasticky the plastic parts are. A little bit of paint would have solved it, but it is nice looking. And I guess the orange on the shoulders could be a little bit more saturated. Always more paint is a thing, but that's why it's only a 9 out of 10. Alright, as far as accessories go, he doesn't have a ton, but he has enough. He has 4 different faceplates, and they all look really good. I love the paint job on there. Very, very nice. Good sculpt, too. For the hair, we have the normal hair, then we have one up hair, like it's being blown back, and we have one where he's got the green energy effect connected to it, which is really, really nice. For hands, it's a pretty paltry assortment. Not a lot, but you do have one with an energy effect, and it looks really good. And I am all for energy effects. I'll take fewer hands that I'm probably not going to use to get some energy effects, and this guy has 2, so pretty happy about that. I will say 9 out of 10 because we get energy effects. We don't ever get those anymore, and it's freaking annoying because like every anime is filled with them. So yeah, it's pretty good. You could say 8 if you want more quantity, but I like the quality of these effect parts. Or accessories, I should say. Okay, let's talk about the articulation. I'm very happy to tell you that this is articulated back here. No, I'm joking. That is a ball hinge, and that's nice. It works well. But what I'm happy about is this. It's a ball peg. And that's what you need. His neck and his head are both on ball pegs, and it just moves around. Now, granted, he's got this giant thing around him, so that's just a character design issue. But as far as the figure goes, you just move the head wherever you want it, and it goes. No ball hinges, no swiveling around, no shimmying. Just move it, and it works, and I love it. That is great. For the shoulder, we have this butterfly joint, which is not the smoothest transition I've ever seen. It's a little gappy and weird, but it does work, and he can rotate his arm forward some, so it's okay. It's not the best, but it is perfectly acceptable, and it's functional enough, and he can raise his arm up, and it works. So you have your ball peg in there, and then your ball hinge at the shoulder. Like I said, not the best looking thing, not the most advanced, but it's definitely functional, and I'm happy with that. It does rotate up here. You get your double jointed elbow, really good range. Nice looking elbow. I thought it swiveled here, but I guess that's just part of the sculpt. I can't get it to actually rotate where it looks like it might, like one of their fighting bodies. But really good range there. The cuff does rotate here, and then you get a ball hinge for the wrist. So far I am thrilled. Other than the character design problems, like the thing around his neck, it does work. This, by the way, the butterfly joint, it's not just a swivel, it's technically on a ball, or at least maybe it just floats. It's hard to say. It looks like it lifts up some. I think it's on a ball. Not that it really matters. What's going on inside is functional, so who cares? But I'm pretty sure it's on a ball, for those of you who care about that sort of thing, I guess. Alright, so we have a ball peg down here. It pops off too easily. They did it at this weird angle. You can see the belt's floating too. The ball peg comes forward, and they put the socket forward too. It's like they got that from the McFarlane playbook. That's really not a necessary thing to do. It helps him to lean forward, I guess, but then it gets extra gappy on the back, and he can't lean back as well on that spot, so just put it in the middle. I don't know why they're trying to reinvent ball pegs now. It's like, oh, it's not enough. It is. He doesn't lean back very well at all. He does lean forward pretty well. So, yeah, his torso is not great. Leaning to the side works nicely, so that's good. And then rotation is fine on both joints. So it's just an unnecessary, weird adjustment. Like, you don't need to reinvent the wheel here, guys, or the ball socket. It's fine the way it has been for years. Floating belt is floaty. Hips go out to the side nicely. No nuggets. Full splits, no nuggets. That's good. Bringing the leg forward. It's not the most. You're going to have to use a little bit of that torso to get that leg to kick a little bit higher if you want him to. But the problem with that is this part, he doesn't go back so far. So he doesn't have the best hip range, but it'll probably do. And then going out to the side is nice, obviously. It feels like a ball peg for the thigh swivel. If it is, it has very little range. It could just be a peg that has a little bit of play to it, I don't know. But you do get your thigh swivel. Double jointed knees are pretty darn nice. I love the way they have the armor collapsing in on itself. So it looks good in all poses. That's very good. Not the absolute best. It's gappy down here, but a good joint. And then for the ankle, we have these big shoes. So this is kind of a just floating piece. Not kind of. It is. It's a floating piece. But you can bring the foot really far back and really far forward. And the ankle rocker is excellent. And the toe hinge is not great. It's not bad. It's functional, but don't make that... Stop putting that gap in there, Bandai. Knock it off. Almost sounded like Mark Wahlberg there for a second. I don't want to do that. You can just not have that gap there. You don't need it. It's not necessary at all. But he is functional. So, this guy is a lot like... who was the guy in the green and black checker thing? Was that Demon Slayer guy, #1? I don't remember his name. He was super well articulated. And this guy is too. And he looks freaking good. Articulation on this guy is going to get a 9 out of 10 for what it is. You don't need much more. Like, it's basically doing everything you want it to do. It's really, really well done. Not over-engineered like crazy, like this guy. Where'd he go? Well, whatever. It's Ace. The Figuarts Ace. Way over-engineered. This guy is so much simpler and probably better. Probably better at hitting the poses. So time for the final verdict on this guy. One of the best figures I've reviewed in a long time. It's very fun to look at. The sculpts are nice and tight. The paints are nice and tight. The articulation works. He comes with a good spread of accessories. Nothing over the top, but it's enough. I'm really wanting for nothing on this guy other than for him to be a little bit less shiny on that main middle part. That's really it. I don't think you need anything else. If you're into this, you are going to be, if not fully satisfied, very nearly fully satisfied with this release. It's a super fun figure. It's not finicky. It's fun to handle. That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it, Bandai. So I'm going to give this guy an overall rating of 9 out of 10. Easy, easy, easy purchase for sure. Get it if you're even a little bit inclined. You're going to enjoy this thing for sure. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, but that's it for me, so thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, and if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel, so make sure you come back for all of that, and in the meantime, keep collecting.